Hey y'all, it's Bubby here, wishing you a happy Tishri 7. We have 3 days to go or 3 evenings to go until Yom Kippur. Oh, a little secret on that. I think I told you already. They wear white. I guess I told you that secret, so it's not a secret anymore. Mystery has been revealed. Everybody wears white, so wear white. Anyway, and you don't have to, but I like to. Anywho, we were talking about the 426 testimony, the supernaturalness of God, and we're going to continue the story because it's an ever evolving story. The 426 story. It affects people that I know in their lives. It's very strange how the 426 connects onto other people, and you just know that the supernaturalness of God is just with them. That God is just touching them. And God touches everybody, but I'll tell you what, there's some things that God just, He does random. No, well, nothing's random. God knows everything He's doing. But God has things He needs to accomplish. And for some reason, this 426 has connected a lot of people in my life to the point of it's incredible. I don't even know that I can go into the whole thing about it because there's just so much. It's an ever evolving story, but I'm going to go into. I have to I guess tell you a little backstory in between the little time span because it involves the number. So after the whole thing with Phil, I still keep, like I said, still keep in touch with Phil, his sister, and such. So here I go with the ums again. I will try not to say again. I don't know if I have to talk that slow so I don't say. Anyhow, I'm going to try. Oh, and so these kids, they're so hilarious. Like these little second graders, they crack me up. Like I got a shtick, like a shtick from these kids. The word poo is so funny. Like you want to make a little second grader crack up? Just say the word poop. Rhyme it with scoop or soup. I had a little girl. She fell off her. I'm sorry. She was. She, this is terrible. She was carrying her laptop and she was la 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 la. And I guess when people fall, I always ask if they're fine first, and then now, like I wasn't laughing then. Don't get me wrong. No, I took care of the whole situation, but they're usually not really hurt. She fell on her bum. She missed the desk because she was all excited that she got extra coins or whatever it was. I don't know. She put the laptop down. It missed and she fell on the floor and hit her bum. So of course the waterworks came and I'm like, I know she's okay. How can I get her to stop crying? Use the word poop. Well, I still call my daughter. My daughter got a nickname when she was young. It was Swoosey. Somehow Swoosey turned into Schmoopy. And it could have came from Seinfeld. If any of you watch Seinfeld, my Schmoopy, Schmoopy, Schmoopy. And so she calls me Schmoopy. I call her Schmoopy. What does Schmoopy rhyme with? Poopy. So I, I was like, when my daughter, I call her Schmoopy. And when she gets upset, I call her my Schmoopy Poopy. and she's behind a mask, and you can see the eyes going. And I'm like, I know you're smiling under there. They fall down, fart, poop, I don't know, pee, anything works. But I don't know if I told a story. You're not allowed to say poop in school. I couldn't even believe it. We were doing rhymes and I used the word poop. So I said it today. I know I wasn't supposed to say it, but I said it because I wanted her to stop crying. Um, anyway, we were rhyming and it was soup and I said poop and all the kids laughed. And the next day, these two little kids, Miss Webb, you cannot say poop in school. I'm like, why not? It's a fun word and everybody poops. It was my favorite. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen the book Everybody Poops. My favorite book to read to my kids every day. And we took it from the library a lot, so we did read it every day till we had to bring it back. But anyway, and then another kid comes up to me. Yes, Miss Webb, we're not allowed to say poop. crazy. So I went to the administrator. I'm like, what's this? Is this really true? We can't say poop? It makes them laugh. What are you doing? You can't say poop. Oh, well, I'm a teacher now. She's like, you're going to get me fired. I'm like, I probably will. Can't say poop. But I found out why you can't say poop. So this one little girl is fixated on the word poop now. Everything's poop this, poop that, poop, 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 poop. I can't stop her. I look at my desk and there was 3 pieces of paper. I should get them. I should find them to show you. I don't think my backpack's in here. Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. Oh yeah, she wrote me all kinds of paper with the word poop on it. It was my present. I'm going to keep it the rest of my life. Poop, diddy poop, 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 scoop. Poop, diddy scoop. And that's the end of my poop story. That took 5 minutes. I'm so sorry. This is my day now. Oh, I just laugh. I do. I laugh. I laugh all the time. They're funny. If you wanna feel good, don't hang around with a second grader. And just let him tell you anything. Oh my goodness, I'm crying. My mascara is gonna come down my face. Well, okay. All right, so the 426 story. So, um, in the course of, I don't know how long it was, a year, 2 years after the whole 426 happened, I do at my house every year. I run a Christian club at the high school, and every year when the kids graduated, they could come to my house for an alumni party. So every year, I don't know who's coming. They could have graduated 10 years ago, but it's a Christian party. There's no booze. We play music. We pray. We eat. Everybody brings a potluck. I have a pool. They swim. It's just incredible. And I've been doing it every year. This year, unfortunately, COVID. COVID. I hate COVID. Anyway, we didn't have one for the first time in, like, I don't know. I think it's probably like 8 years I started it. Anyway, so I'm getting to that story, but in the midst of that, I actually anointed someone's house, and I anointed someone's house, and after it happened, and I had never done this before, and we prayed over every room of the house, anointed everything. It was incredible. And I urge you, if you've never anointed your house, anoint your house. And, you know, you need to anoint your house. Your home is your tabernacle. So the place you tabernacle with God, you got to watch what you let in. You do. It's your temple. This is the temple, but your home is also a temple. Watch what you let in it. Um, I, all right. I think I'm just gonna say it. I'm so just gonna say it. It's a really cool word, isn't it? Diddy better than poo, right? Okay, so I left her house and I was praying over her marriage also. I'm driving down the street and I see the number 426 and a 1 was added onto it. And I just knew that the 426 now had an extended number. It was 4261. Now I will let you know that for me, the Lord can show me it in and he told me this in any way. It can be 6241. It doesn't matter. So So now we're getting up to the alumni parties. Actually, go 6 months back. I usually do these parties in July, and in December, I wanted this coffee hutch, and I wanted to be able to. I don't drink, so I wanted to just have this place where I could make coffee, espresso, and have it for the parties that I have. I do Bible study at the house for some of you that know that, and I always like to have coffee for everybody. So I'm like, you know what? I want to make like a coffee bar. But I couldn't find one. I had a very small space. So I was looking on Marketplace and this and that for a very long time. And I found one at Home Depot that I really liked, but it was $500. And I wanted a black hutch. And it needed to have a clearance to have the coffee maker in it and such. So looking, and I'm like, Lord, I really want this for the day of I want it for the alumni party. That's really what I want it for, and if you can make that happen, that would be awesome. Now remember, one of the scriptures in God's word is, He will give you the desires of your heart. There's a lot more to that scripture. Let me go get that one, because people only say that, and there's so much more. Oh, by the way, I just found out that I can go to another screen and you can still see me and I can type right on my own screen. I didn't know that. My son told me that yesterday. Give you the desires of your heart. Can't believe 35 videos. I've been like moving over here, moving over there when it's right here. Okay, here it is. Okay, it begins like this. Trust in the Lord and do good. Sounds like we have something to do, so he'll give us the desires of our heart. Dwell in the land and cultivate faithfulness. Sounds like something else to do. We need to cultivate faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord. What does that mean, delight yourself in him? Spend time with him, right? And he will give you the desires of your heart. Now here it comes, the part that no one ever says. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will do it. So there's a couple things we need to do to get the desires of our heart. Commit your way to him. Trust in him. Like, when something bad happens, you're like, what are you doing this, God? I don't believe in you anymore. Why did you do this? No. That's not when we turn away from him. We trust in him more because we trust that he knows what he's doing and he's going to help us heal from whatever happens in our lives. So commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will do it. Okay. I don't know how to get back to the camera now. Oh, there I am. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So this is what I asked for. And it was for to just have the believers enjoy a cup of coffee on the day that we all get together once a year. I couldn't find it. There was another unit from Home Depot that I think was like $199, but it was really small. It wasn't going to, it really wasn't going to serve my purpose. But I'm like, if I can't find a hutch that I can paint black, then I guess I'm going to get the small one. So we actually bought, I think 2 times we bought some of that in a garage sale, find out it didn't fit. So we got our money back. I was looking, my husband was looking all the time, my son was looking for us, and we didn't have it. It was the Friday night before the alumni party, and my son texts me and he says, Mom, I saw this hutch online on Marketplace, but the guy said it's sold already, but it looks nice. It's a black one. I go and he sends me a picture of it. It was exactly the one I wanted from Home Depot, but it wasn't $500. It was $100. So I told my son, I'm like, thanks for sending me. I'm gonna send this guy, my name and tell him that how long I've been looking for one. So blah blah blah. Send him. He goes, it's yours if you can pick it up tomorrow. That next day happened to be my son's first wedding anniversary. So I'm like, oh, how am I gonna? I'm like, I can pick it up Sunday. My son will be available to help my husband. He's like, nope, it's yours if you can pick it up Saturday. So here, my husband, here he comes to save the day. And he goes, honey, I'll get it for you. So he picks it up Saturday. We set it up. I had it for the party. Now, that Friday night, the Friday night before, my son had showed me this. Prior to that, I went to Stop and Shop to pick up a few things. And I got into the line, the cashier that I know, I don't remember his name right now because it's been so long since I've been to Stop and Shop, like since January. So he was talking to this lady, and she was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. They were talking about lottery tickets. He's like, oh, no, I would never pick that number. 666, that scared me. This woman was in my line, and she was telling me how she got lottery tickets, and she always picked the number 666, and all of a sudden my drawer wouldn't open, and then a key wouldn't open, and I just don't like, and I looked at him, and I'm like, you know what? I said, I don't like that number either. You know what number you should play? 426 and 4261. Now, I used to play the lottery a long time ago. I played the Pick Six. I think now Monday and Thursday nights, maybe it was. I don't know. Same numbers. Played it probably 7 years. Never missed because gosh forbid you missed and your number came out. And one day when I was driving on the parkway, not on the parkway, on Route 1, having a conversation with God, and he said to me, what's more important, playing that lottery or your husband's salvation? Well, I'm like, that's not fair, Lord. I love the lottery. I gave up playing the lottery that day. And I hadn't played in years. I'll do like a bingo card or whatever, but the thing of it is I was making it an idol because I had, oh my gosh, I didn't get the lottery. It was stupid. It really was stupid. So I'm glad he took it away. And, and my husband knows the Lord. So I said, you know what? I'm going to buy a lottery ticket for this guy. Get in line. 4261 straight in box. 426. And I was starting to think, I thought to myself, how about 333? I'm like, oh, that's half of 666. I'm not going to do that. So I did the 426 and the 4261. And I'm like, you know what? This is where that guy wins. And I didn't buy double tickets. That'd be really stupid. I should buy a ticket for myself. So I did. So one time I did it. So I go and I give the guy the tickets. You would have thought I handed him $1 million. Like, no joke. If you ever want to do something nice for somebody that you don't know, buy him a lottery ticket. It's like, what? Wow. Oh, you're welcome. It was just, so anyway, I got to the car and in front of me, so I'm parked here, and on the other side of the parking lot, was an Indiana license plate. My sister's from Indiana, and the license plate said 333 on it. I'm like, I was gonna play that, and then I know I'm gonna sound crazy, but the other number, and they're all the same number, but it's a different 26, and that's for me 26. Any way you see it, it means end times. So when I see it, I know what the Lord is bringing me to an end time revelation. It's not, the thing of it is God is a God of numbers. He even has a book of numbers. He's the greatest mathematician there is. So for anybody that thinks God's not going to use numbers to show you things, it's ridiculous. I've been in my walk now for 11 years, and the Lord has showed me many things through numbers and incredible things that lead me to places I need to go. So anyway, so in between the 333 car, the Indiana, on one side it was 26, and on the other side was 62. So I'm like, I'm going back in there to play that lottery, 333. And I felt really bad about it, but I did it anyway. And I'm like, I didn't have to straighten box it though. So I went in, I'm like, well, I got to give this guy another lottery ticket now. So I went in, bought it, and I gave him another one. You would have thought I gave him another $1 million, right? So anyway, I go out. So Friday night. Now, mind you, I hadn't played the lottery in years. The lottery comes out. They didn't get the pick 3. The pick 4 comes out. 412 something. The number that was missing was the 6. But I'm like, what? For those of you that play the lottery, for someone to get 3 out of 4 the first time playing a lottery in years statistically it's not heard of. It's I don't know what the stats are, but I know it's a big number. So when I got that, I'm like, wow, that is crazy. I said, you know what? And then the Lord brought to me when I found out I got that hutch. I wasn't supposed to play the lottery anyway. That was not something I was supposed to do. I didn't win the lottery. I had 3 out of the 4 numbers, but I did win the lottery. Because that morning, I had been looking for a coffee hutch for 6 months. From December, the party was in July. Was that 6 months or 7 months? And that coffee hutch, the exact one I wanted, was in my house on Saturday ready for that party. That's right. God gives us the desires of our heart. We must commit our way and trust in Him and do good. I'm not saying you know what? I'm not perfect by any means. I sin every day. I fall short every day. But I strive to be a better person. And it's because of God's word. I strive to honor Him. I strive to, live by His commandments and live by His rulings because they make me safe. And I don't, you know what? I don't always spend time like I should. It's just, you have to look. This is, where's it? Let me see if I can find it. I don't know. This is good that I'm not really reading anything that small because I don't have my eyeglasses, but you got to put on your Jesus glasses so you can see Him. He's everywhere. I've met so many people. Oh, God never does anything like that. Yes, He does. Look over your life, especially if you're older, and look at the things you've come through. God has been there. He's been there for you, and He's done miraculous things. So now everybody comes to the party. I don't even think I used the coffee. I was so busy. I don't even think anybody had any coffee after all. I was like, did anybody use my coffee? Everybody heard the story, but I don't know that anybody used it. It's just like me to do some squirrel, whatever. But it looked good. It looked fabulous. So if anybody's watching this and you had coffee at my house that day, let me know. Uh, so so my friend Val, shout out to Val and her husband Bob, they came over to the party. Now this is on a Friday, so the party was on a Saturday. Sunday, my friend Val calls me. She's like, "Are you sitting down?" This is how we start our conversations because our minds we get blown away all the time. So I remind you, I know I let you in on the secret about the horse, but this is where we're going to. So the number from the football player Phil, number 24, is 426. That's what everything happened with the number 426. So Val's like, you're not going to believe what happened to Bob on Friday night. The same night I got 3 out of the 4, and the same night I won, I got the desire of my heart, the hutch. So her husband has been racing horses, breeding horses, race horses for 25 years. His father 50 years, and I don't. I guess it was. I don't know if it was Thursday. What anyway, he met the man. He's like 80 something years old, who had I guess a stud and breeder farm, and he was downsizing. So he had known Bob and his dad for 50 years. The father. So he called Bob. He says, "Listen, if you have a place to keep a mare and she's pregnant. I have 2 horses. If you have a place for 2, you can take 2. But I have 2. Uh, you can have one, and it will cost you nothing. A racehorse, the ones you see in Kentucky Derbies and stuff. This is what he's getting from this man who's 80 something years old, giving him the horse pregnant. You know what the horse's name is? Well, you know if you listen to the last video. 4th and 26. Now, for any of you men watching that know football, does that ring a bell? 4th and 26? Well, it should because it was a play. I think the guy's name was, I don't know what his name was. He made a catch at the 4th and 26, and it was the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Now, where are the Eagles from? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It was a football play. What does the whole 426 story stem from? A football player who was supposed to go to Rutgers, who's now at Pitt University. Pretty incredible, huh? But the other incredible thing was he had a choice between 2 horses. He had owned 4th and 26 like 8 years prior. I was like, a horse that my best friend and her husband, who were at my, got on the same night that I got the desire of my heart, 4th and 26. It just, it's, 4th and 26 is so supernatural. It's exponential. It just keeps growing exponentially. So 4th and 26 was pregnant. They said the baby was due like in February. March. Now in February, I had surgery, and I was in bed for 3 months. And I had a dream in February. The Lord woke me up with the number 126, and I'm like, well, Lord, I know, anytime I get a dream with a number, I know it means something. But here we are. One of the numbers He's given me is 4126. I'm like, that's 3 of the 4 numbers. All right, I know it means something. Now I went and whenever I have a dream like that, I'll text. I call my Spark sisters. I'll text one of them. I had this dream, yada yada. Well, I texted my friend Leah Janine, and so I blah 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 had a dream 126, and then all of a sudden we started talking about horses, and I think it was about weather vanes, but something about a horse weather vane. So now the baby horse. Back to the baby horse. Um, it's March and then April, and we're like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? We were all like, everybody, can you imagine if this baby horse is born on 426? And it's the first week and the second week and the third week. We're like, oh my gosh, this baby horse is going to be born on 426. We just know it. 426 came and went. The way the Lord works with us, we were very disappointed. We knew God had a plan, but we're like, don't get it because it was so, we knew the horse was coming any day, and everything was so supernatural about this number. It made sense. But God does things his way. And remember when I talked about in a couple of videos God's biblical calendar? Well, it's not going to be on his calendar, on his time, on his appointed time. Now, a long time ago, one of the first dreams the Lord ever gave me was the horse will come, and it was an end time dream. It will not delay anymore. So a lot of the stuff that's happened to me deals with horses. It's very, very strange. But that was and it was definitely an end time dream, and we're, you know, I definitely believe that we're in the times that we need to be prepared. We need to get excited, not fearful. And again, hey, look at Rosh Hashanah came and went. We're all still here. I didn't hear about any disappearances, although CNN doesn't report a lot. Neither did Fox, though. So anyway, we're all still here. So we're still in the season. We still need to prepare. And I tell you, you know what? There's always that little letdown when we don't, because it's like, oh, everything that's happened in the country we're going to be living through. So even more so, we need to prepare for what's coming, and be steadfast in our faith, rooted in our faith, rooted deep, where a little wind can't blow us down. So, oh, I forgot where I was in the story. I really did forget. Let's see. Um, oh, this is me getting so sidetracked. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Okay, I got it. So the baby. Wow, you guys are getting to know me too well. So, for April 26th passes by, and the horse is born on May 1st. Valerie calls me up. You're not going to believe this. Look at the biblical calendar. You're not going to believe this. The baby horse was born on the biblical calendar of Nisan, which is the first month, on the 26th, 1/26. I had the dream in February, 1/26. And right after I had the dream, I talked about horses. What does it all mean? You know, if any of you guys have any ideas, there's things that God's still revealing as to what He's showing us. And a pastor once said that the reason we should share our dreams is because somebody might have a part to it that we need, or I might have a part to somebody else's dream that they need. So believers have to share their dreams and visions. And I absolutely believe that. But you have to, I mean, I'm sharing with everybody. It is what it is. If you don't like it, it is what it is. We can't give our pearls to swine. And dreams and visions are pearls. So I'm telling you, I don't tell this to everybody, but I think we're in a time where there's an apostasy from God, and nobody, like, people just don't know how real He is. They're thinking He's a fantasy. He's like Santa Claus. And I'm not saying the believers that are on the solid food. I'm saying, like, we need to get out there and let them know. We need, and that's why you need to put on your glasses and reveal the testimonies. You have a testimony, and I know it's amazing. We have to share them. So the baby's born on 1/26. I'm trying to think. Okay, so then the people connected, like good friends of mine. People are getting baptized. So the 412, remember I told you I got 3 of the 4 numbers? Well, in the midst of this, a friend of mine, shout out to Shannon, she was pregnant, and the baby she had was literally like, that's a whole nother story. But this baby, people were getting baptized because of this baby. Like, no joke. The baby and her, like, I definitely believe is just a holy spark. And people were getting, like, things were happening. We were praying, and that's a whole nother story. Not, not my story to tell. Maybe I don't know how this whole thing's gonna work, but maybe I can have you, Shannon, on, and we'll do like a little talk show or something, and we'll talk about the story. I don't know, because the testimony is incredible. But long story short, the things that were happening, this Phil, this one person that was listening to the story about this baby and such went and got baptized over the story. One of the football kids from Pitt, and then I finish up the story and I tell him that I won. I felt like I won because I won the coffee hutch, but I only got four. I only got three out of the four numbers, and I said 412. Well, he goes, Miss Webb, the story has come full circle. He goes, do you know what the area code of Pittsburgh is? 412. Yeah. There's a lot more to the story. Oh my gosh, I'm at 30 minutes. We'll end there. And there's so much more. So many more that the people have zip codes 41260 that are in my family. People that 20 years ago got in the paper in the New York Times, and they only got saved like 2 years ago in my worship center, and they found the article, and the article was written on 426. It's supernatural. So I hope God is doing supernatural things in your life. I know that He is. Just put on your Yeshua glasses and you'll see. Yom Kippur is coming up, the holiest day of the year. Get right with God. Have a conversation with Him. It's all you need. We don't need, Yeshua is our intercessor to God. You don't need anybody else. It's Him. He is the high priest. You go to Yeshua. He's the intercessor. Go to Yeshua and your prayers go up. All right, anyway, I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.